episode 47. You are listening to the new Glam Gal Podcast, the podcast where style meets confidence. Conquer the frustration of trying on clothes and learn to dress and love the body you are in. There are no size or weight requirements here. I'm your host, Miss J. Join me, won't you? Hey, Glam Gal. Welcome back to the podcast. This week, we're going to do the 3 must-haves to an amazing wardrobe. Now, I'm usually not a big fan of must-have lists, but this is a little bit of a different twist on a must-have list. The 3 must-haves for every wardrobe is 1, shoes that actually fit you. 2, undergarments that actually fit you. And 3, one outfit that actually fits you. Novel idea, right? A lot of what these lists online, particularly Pinterest, these must-have lists miss is that it's one thing to own an item. Anyone can buy a white button-up blouse. Anyone can buy a pair of black trousers. These are common items I see on these must-have lists. The difference is, do these items actually fit you? We can all buy a classic pair of black pumps. Do the pumps that you purchase actually fit you? Fit is the key to a stylish wardrobe. And this is where a lot of my clients get hung up because they're so worried about completing a checklist. They're so worried about getting all of this season's must-haves, even if they buy the cheap knockoff version of whatever the must-have is. They're so worried about checking a list to make sure they have all the items, rather than stopping and saying, 1, does the item actually work for you? 2, is the item you've purchased of good quality? And 3, does it actually fit? Fit is so important. Now let's start with a good pair of shoes. Let's say you go and you decide to follow a must-have list and it has a pair of classic black pumps, classic black slingbacks, or peep toe shoes, or Mary Janes, or whatever happens to be of the moment and on the must-have list. Let's say you actually purchase this item. Are you considering those main 3 things? Is this something you even like? Is this something that is of good quality, or am I purchasing it just to check a box on a list? And fit. Am I buying items that actually fit me? Now, oftentimes, if we decide we're just going to check a box on a must-have list and we're going to purchase it for the sake of saying we have bought into this new fad, we don't care so much about quality because we know that this is a passing fad. So we're not going to spend the money on the quality. We're just going to spend the money on checking the box. That's where the satisfaction is coming from. But fit still matters. Fit always will matter, no matter the quality, the purchase price, the name on the tag. Fit is everything. Because you can take a low quality pair of heels, and if you actually have them fit you, that's a great starting place. If they actually fit you, that's a great starting place. You can add a new insole. You can have the heel redone by a proper shoe repair person. You could get longevity out of an inexpensive pair of heels if they fit you. So if you decide to up-level your wardrobe and you decide you're going to start with a pair of shoes, don't necessarily go to a must-have list of what it is you say you need. Ask first, what do you want? Do you actually want this item? How much are you willing to spend on this item? And then making sure that item fits you, because whatever the price point is, fit is king. And I'm sure we've all seen those women walking across a parking lot in very uncomfortable shoes, and she's doing the walk of shame. Now, I know there's another type of walk of shame. I'm talking about the one where your shoes don't fit you and you're wincing like with every step, and then watching those people make you uncomfortable so you actually wince as you're watching them. You can find shoes that fit you. You can even find shoes that fit you at a thrift store If you're really low on your budget, get them resoled, buy a new insole, and make those puppies work. Now, when I was younger, we couldn't always afford to buy new shoes every year for high school or for school. So, sometimes you got to get out that white puffy paint, that special shoe polish. You got to change them laces. You make it work. And now as an adult, after living in New York, where it's actually commonplace to get shoes reheeled and new insoles each season, because good winter boots can be expensive or good heels can be expensive, and New Yorkers seem to understand this, you can create life out of what started out as an inexpensive pair of shoes and get a lot of wears out of them. So it's just something to consider. One of the first main staples to a fabulous wardrobe is shoes that fit you, because comfort is stylish. Walking around in shoes that fit, that's stylish. Doing the walk of shame across a parking lot and then having to resort to a pair of flip-flops because your feet hurt, pain is not so stylish. Regardless of the adage, beauty is pain, it is certainly not. That's complete BS. Now, 2. Now, I know I harp on this a lot, but undergarments that fit you, that's everything. And again, it doesn't have to be expensive. A good fitting pair of underwear is the foundation for any stylish outfit. A good fitting bra is the foundation for any stylish outfit, and you don't have to spend a ton of money. Now, I know I'll hear all the objections, but you don't know my cup size is irregular. My cup size to band ratio is irregular. You're talking to someone who's sometimes a 38J or sometimes a 38I, depending upon the brand. So I know all about the weird ratios. You can still make it work. There's still so many options available to you. Start with fit. Even a pack of Hanes that's well-fitting is way, 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 way more valuable to you than a pretty pair of La Perla underwear that's going to give you a wedgie all day. That is truth. 3rd, one outfit. Now, I know a lot of us are all into watching Instagram stars and their beautiful, well-curated closets. We see people like the Kardashians taking pictures of their babies surrounded by Birkin bags. We see some pretty fantastical things on the internets. So we think that if we're going to create a whole new style for ourselves, or we want to reinvent our style, or we want to become more stylish, that it requires us to go out and buy a whole newfangled wardrobe. Because clearly that's how stylish people live. They have an entire wardrobe, these massive closets available to them full of clothing. And I want to encourage you to actually look up the minimalist wardrobe movement online. It's massive. And those gals are extremely stylish with very little clothing on hand. It completely flies in the face of the myth that you need a ton of clothing to be stylish, or that you need a ton of expensive clothing to be stylish. That is completely untrue. Now, again, when I was in high school and in college, my wardrobe was mostly made up of secondhand items. And I would go to the special days at the thrift store, and mostly because I loved it. There were some monetary issues at some points in my life, but mostly I loved the hunt. And I could find some really fabulous things for like Dollar Wednesdays or whatever bargain they had going. So you can make much with very little funds on hand. And again, I'm going to impress upon you, fit. Fit is everything. Fit is king. Now, I know that it's kind of not fun to get things tailored, and it's sort of one of those very last chores on our to-do list as adults. Many of us would rather staple our pants up rather than getting them hemmed. Yes, I know you. I know you are out there. I have encountered you in the wild. Stop that. You can learn a basic hem stitch. It's called a catch stitch online by watching YouTube. If you're going to spend time on YouTube anyway, make it productive. Now, for those of you who can afford it, go to a tailor. Go to your local dry cleaner. Usually they have a tailor on hand or know a good tailor they can refer you to. And usually it's about $8 to get a pair of pants simply hemmed. Now, if you have a whole lot going on it'll cost you more. But really, a simple hemming of your pants can change the whole look of a pair of trousers on you. Taking in a dress at the right spot, taking in a blouse at the right spot, taking in a $2 blazer that you found at the thrift store, getting that tailored is worth its weight in gold. The underlying item itself may not have cost you much, but if you can get it to fit you beautifully, it's everything. Now, my darlings, if you take nothing away from this episode, just know that before you purchase your next item, take the time to see if it fits you. If you're purchasing online, don't get lazy. Don't do any weird stapling of your pants. See if something fits you. If you can, get it tailored. If you can't, send it back. It doesn't serve you to have a bunch of items that don't fit you. And if you're going to start building a fabulous wardrobe, and I hope you do, all you need are really 3 items that fit you to get started. A pair of shoes that fit, undergarments that fit, and 1 outfit. I'm not talking about an entire wardrobe. Don't get dramatic, boo-boo. 1 outfit that fits you well. And that is the beginning of a beautiful, stylish wardrobe. Now, you know I always have to throw in some mindset work for you. This week's mission, should you choose to accept it, is to ask yourself why you have chosen to wear items that don't fit you. Now, I know last week we talked about invisibility cloaks and wearing items that were too big for you. But a lot of you hold on to items that are just too snug, where when you get to the car at the end of the day, you undo that top button of your pants. And you have to rub your belly to rub out all those indentations you've allowed to accumulate, and your belly's all raw because your stomach's being chafed all day. Again, beauty is not pain. Now, a lot of you may be resisting that you've had some weight gain, or that you may be bloated, or that you're pregnant, or any number of things that happen to a woman's body over the course of a week, over the course of a month, over the course of a few years. So if you're walking around in clothing that's ill-fitting for any reason, it's not that you don't have enough money to be stylish. It's not that you don't have the ability to be stylish. It doesn't mean that you don't have the means, the know-how, the brains, or the beauty to be stylish. Something's going on in your mind that's causing you to feel a certain way, that's causing you to accept ill-fitting clothes. And we need to get to the cause of that, so that when you go to start your fabulous wardrobe with those basic 3 pieces, you're in the right frame of mind. Because we can slap the most stylish outfit on you, but if your thoughts are janky, you're still going to feel kind of janky. So you want those thoughts to align with all the external work you're doing for yourself, like purchasing items that fit you. So, Glam Gal, if you need help getting together those 3 items, you need to sign up for a free coaching session. I love to talk about clothing fit, particularly bra fitting. It's part of my jam. I love it. But I also want to talk about what's been holding you back from dressing yourself beautifully, because you're so worth it. And if I can get you to believe that, if I can believe it for you even a little bit, then we can transform your thinking, your clothing, and help you to become that stylish woman that you've always dreamed of becoming. You can learn to love the body you're in and to dress it beautifully. I can help. If you're interested in coaching, I'm ridiculously easy to get a hold of. You can go to my website, judithgaton.com. That's Judith. Gaton is like baton with a G. So JUDITHGATON.com. Sign up for the free course, or you can email me at coaching@judithgaton.com. All right, let's get it, Glam Gal. Miss J out.